Welcome back to In Focus. Opposition lawmakers in Benin want the country's president to stand trial for what they say is his role in a financial scam that has swindled thousands of citizens. VOA's West Africa correspondent Scott Stearns has that story.
Nearly two-thirds of parliamentarians in Benin have signed a letter calling on President Toma Yayiboni to stand trial for treason and perjury because they say he's part of a massive, well-organized financial fraud that duped thousands of small investors. Opposition lawmaker Augustin Hawan Voebla says Mr. Boni has so far escaped justice, but he's confident the president will ultimately have to answer for what he says are crimes associated with the firm Investment Consultancy and Computing Services, or ICC.
We decided to sue the head of state and bring him in front of the High Court. But he uses ploys and backdoors to find a way out. The labor will be painful, the process will be very slow, but we will get there in the end.
Opposition lawmakers say President Boni hosted ICC officials at the presidential palace and allowed the company to pursue illegal activity in Benin. Ruling party parliamentarian Benoit Degla says President Boni has done nothing wrong.
The request for an indictment against the president has already been rejected by the National Assembly. They now want to introduce a resolution, and we believe that this will have the same fate. We remain calm on the side of the presidential majority because there's practically nothing our head of state can be blamed with. They're just using the poor investors wanting to get their money back as a reason.
ICC officials currently under house arrest are accused of stealing nearly $190 million in a scam that promised interest as high as 50%. It's a classic pyramid scheme.
The government was not on its toes, otherwise they would have known from the outset that it's a scam, and they would have taken steps to curb it. They did nothing, and we the illiterates are now victims. I put all my savings in, and I am sick. I hope the government will do everything to pay us back as they promised.
Government officials appointed to look into the scandal say ICC established an elaborate web of deceit. Pascal Kupaki is Benin's Minister of Development.
We have seen that the modus operandi of these structures is quite subtle, and that is why the government was not able to anticipate the crisis and quickly stop the phenomenon.
President Boni has responded to the allegations by firing his interior minister, who he says was directly involved in the scandal. But that has not placated thousands of bankrupt investors who've demonstrated in the capital, demanding that the government help them get their money back. Scott Stearns, VOA News, Dakar.